Hey y'all. So Spirit just gave me a very important message while in the middle of lifing. I am here trying to make my morning coffee, and there was a piece of glass, very thin glass, in the lid of my coffee container thing, right? Like, this is where I put my coffee, and inside here was a very thin piece of glass that separated and fell and crashed onto the tile floor. And I went with a big brush and I picked up the pieces, and then I went over it with a vacuum, and then I put the vacuum cleaner away, and there was a piece of, like, a little leaf or something that should have been picked up by the vacuum, and I didn't, I noticed the big leaf in the pathway of where I vacuumed. Bear with me, this is a story, but I have a point, I promise. So I see that, and I didn't necessarily pick up on the leaf or anything like that, and then I stepped near that leaf, and there's a tiny shard of glass that I didn't see. And so I picked up the leaf, which I could see from my vantage point at all of 5'2" of me, but I could see the leaf clearly, distinct color, whatever. Couldn't see the little piece of glass, even though it was there. And so then I was like, oh, my mom's coming, and we're Indian, we tend to wear, we walk around barefoot in the house, right? So I was like, oh, gotta make sure that all the glass is, cleaned up for her and for my baby. And so I was like, let me go down, right? Like, let me literally put my face and my head to the floor. Sorry, I'm doing this with y'all, because I needed to start to see the glass. And once I changed my perspective, then all of a sudden, I saw a big piece of glass that would have been visible to me, even from the height, but from a different vantage point, a different point of view, whatever. And I saw so many more smaller ones that I had to keep shifting my perspective, shifting the way I was looking so that I could actually see the glass. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is life is always speaking to us if we're willing to listen, if we're willing to learn. And this time I was willing to listen. We will not see what is right there in front of us until we change our perspective. We look at things from a different angle. Sorry, me, my water. We're not going to be able to get things that are in plain sight, that are right there, right available to us, unless we start shifting the way that we look at things and the way that we do things. So there was something significant about the fact that I had to physically move my body into a different angle, a different space, to be able to see what it is that I needed to see, what it is that I needed to clean up, right? But also, the same principle is true for the teachers, the blessings, the guides, whatever. All of that starts to become visible, not necessarily all right away, right? It is step by step. It is as you shift, and then more of the light. Oh, thank you, Spirit. More of the light starts to reflect in a different way so that you can catch it. So, we got to change our perspectives. That's 444 on the timer. We got to change our perspective to get to the next level of justice, of social justice, of peace, and of a healed humanity. And so this is a step-by-step process. But yeah, that's today's message. Peace.